Hello everyone, it's Leo, and I know I'm a little late, but I'm here today to talk about episode 5 from Hirogaru's PreCure. I'm sorry about my voice. I know my voice isn't the best. I screamed a lot this weekend when I was watching Tinashe live in Brazil. Baby, I had the time of my life, but now it's time to come back to our beautiful, amazing friends from Hirogaru's Sky. What a lovely episode this was once again. So let's jump right into it. Loved the first scene of this episode. Mashiro writing a letter to Ageha. That scene to me just proves how this season is being so well thought. So we have product placement, we have the pen, we have the stationery paper from Pretty Holic, and then we also have characters. We have buildings on the characters we are seeing right now. We have buildings on Ageha. She's reminding us that Ageha is a character. Mashiro is reminding us. Remember that character you saw last episode? We're gonna see her again. So we have to be reminded of her. And she talked about her ability to drive. She is a recent driver. She just learned how to drive, so she's worried about that. Again, another connection to information about Ageha. And then she talks about herself, the fact that she became a cure. She talks about Elle, they're taking care of Elle. And then she introduces the plot of the episode, which is Sora is having nightmares. Can you help me with that? She is worried. And how do you have any tips on that? And I like that she goes asking for tips to Ageha because Ageha is older and probably a little wiser than them that are a little younger than her. And then we start understanding a little bit more on Sora's drama. But I like how they shaped this episode in terms of narrative, because we see that Sora has a problem, but we don't jump into the problem right away. We kind of see things through Mashiro's lenses. We see how Mashiro is seeing. The doubt that Mashiro has in terms of why doesn't Sora want to fight together with me is the same that we have, because we don't understand Sora just as Mashiro doesn't understand Sora. So I like that. So first we see Sora's desperation to find a way to go back to Skyland. And we understand that Yo-Yo isn't able to create the portal, just like Kabaton did. Kabaton created a portal easily, but Yo-Yo can't. And the things that she's been collecting since the first episode seem to play onto the portal, and she is going to be able to create it at some point of the show. But that is the reason why she's collecting those weird things that we've seen since the first episode of the show. So very nice connection. Everything connects perfectly. And then we see the legend of the PreCures of Hirogaru Sky. It's a very simple, fairy tale story. Monsters were attacking Skyland, people were scared, and the princess of Skyland prayed for a hero. And a PreCure was born, and that PreCure saved Skyland. When that story was being told, I thought that PreCure was Sora's hero. Was the hero that Sora saw, was the hero that saved Sora when Sora was a young kid. But that doesn't seem to be the case, because Yo-Yo says that is a very old legend, an ancient legend from Skyland, a legend of old times. So it's not possible for that hero to be the same as Sora's hero, unless Sora's hero wasn't a person, but a manifestation of a soul, a power, kind of like the legendary cure that appeared in Tropical Rouge PreCure. Remember? Not trying to spoil anything if you haven't watched Tropical Rouge, but that can be the case. So I like that setup as well, but then we dive deeper into Sora's worries and how that everything is troubling her, and how everything starts to trouble Mashiro as well. One of the things that really surprises me is Mashiro's personality. I'm going to keep on saying this here. I really thought that she was the big hero of this episode. I love this because she is energetic, she wants to fight, and she has so much energy. I love it. I was not expecting her to be like that at all. But now that we know that she is like that, I am loving every second. Baby, how I am enjoying Mashiro's personality so much. And she tries to reach out to Sora to understand why they're not able to fight together and why Sora doesn't want her to fight. We see Sora's dream and we can kind of understand the reason why Sora doesn't want to put Mashiro into danger, but we don't listen to that from Sora herself. And we are thrown into that silence, that awkward silence between both of them. And that scene of Sora crossing the street and Mashiro staying behind is so symbolic of everything. Baby, I love that. And then let's go to Kabaton now. Kabaton is another thing that's really surprising me in Hirogaru Sky. Usually when we have those dorky villains, they are just dorky and funny, but I feel like Kabaton takes that into a step further. I am loving Kabaton. I think he has the potential to become one of my favorite villains from the PreCure franchise. He is so much fun to watch. And in this episode, we learn a little bit more from him. He is someone that since he was young, he used to give everything to his physical power because he is not an intelligent person, and he knows that. But even though he is not intelligent, we can see that he is actually trying to use his mind in the show. We see that he is creating plans. We see that he is doing everything he can. And in this episode, we discover why. There is a big sense of urgency in what he is doing because he has a very scary boss. And we listen to her voice for the first time, and I really like that because the voice of the woman that is speaking to Kabaton, that is Kabaton's boss, is threatening, but she doesn't feel like an old, like an ancient figure or anything. So I am still holding on to my theory that is Sora's hero that became the villain. Right now, that is what I am believing, and she sounds super threatening, so I'm very excited to learn more about her. A little detail on Kabaton's food. When he was eating, there was a triangle, a circle, and a line in that stick that he was eating. I think that can be a reference to Delicious Party because we have Precious as a triangle, Spicy as a circle, and Yum Yum as a line. So, I might be reaching out, but this is 20 years of PreCure, so I'm really believing that is the case. So I feel like that was a little callback to last year's season Delicious Party PreCure. And so we see Kabaton giving his all to just create the biggest and the strongest Nenborg we've ever seen in the show. And he does, but he becomes a different Kabaton. Oh my god, poor Kabaton. And, I love the fact that Kabaton is always breaking the fourth wall by talking to the characters as if they are actually characters. So he talks to them like, please, secondary characters, get out of the way. I love that about Kabaton as well. And, I think Kabaton is a hot man, but the way he became thinner in this episode, baby, that is a big no for me. Kabaton, please take care of your body and stay the way you are because you are what? Beautiful. You are beautiful, no matter what they say. Kabaton has a lot of haters. Kabaton, don't listen to them and don't listen to your boss as well. You are amazing. And then Sora is the only one that jumps into the fray. Before we get into the fighting scene, I just want to mention Mashiro wondering why Sora is silent and seems to be angry at her. And I love the fact that, oh, you think that are you angry because you think I copied your Hirogaru line attack? Oh my god, that is so cute from Mashiro. And so Sora transforms by herself and jumps into the fight all by herself. So obviously she's not able to win. This Lamborg is super strong. And then we have a new information being added, which is the cradle. I don't know if that's called a cradle. I don't know how that is called in English. I'm sorry. That thing that holds L, that is powerful, that has some sort of magical power. Yo-Yo is thinking of everything, baby. This woman. And, Elle just keeps on flying like this little rainbow boat that she has now. And so Prism is able to jump into the fray as well. So one of the things that I found really interesting about this is when they are transformed, Prism is always talking to Sky, and she calls her Sky. She calls her, she doesn't call her Sora, she calls her Sky. But Sky never really talks back to Prism, and she is in her own world, and we know that she's worried. And the thing that is the interesting thing that I liked about this fighting scene is that they were able to use the city so well, and after so many episodes with Delicious Food and Delicious Party PreCure, this felt like a breath of fresh air. But the one thing I didn't really enjoy was that we didn't really see much combat. We saw Pure Sky using her Sky Punch once in the landboard, and that was it. And we didn't see Sky trying, to engage in combat. We didn't see that. And when Prism jumped into the fight, we didn't see that either. They just ran away, they just tried to escape, and, they couldn't engage in the fight. And that was kind of a letdown, But at the same time, they started sharing what they were feeling towards each other, and Sora or Sky finally shared what happened and why she was feeling that way she was feeling. And I think that was incredible. We see that since she was a young kid, when she was saved by the hero, she started to do her hero training, and she abdicated from everything in her life to become a hero. And she didn't have friends in Skyland. She lost everything. She gave everything away to become a hero, and now she is a hero. But the fact is that I think that she doesn't want other people to give away what they have to become heroes as well. She thinks that there is this heavy burden on the hero figure. And now I'm wondering, did something else happen in the past that made Sora realize that a hero is a lonely warrior that cannot have friends? Or is it just because the hero that saved her was fighting by herself? This is something that makes me curious, and it's something that we're gonna have to think in the future. And I found that very interesting to look at, because it really showcases who Sora is and how she thinks of Mashiro. Because Mashiro is a friend to her. She doesn't want to see Mashiro getting hurt. She doesn't care if she gets hurt. But if Mashiro does get hurt, that will make her sad, because that is her first friend. It's the first time that she has a friend. She doesn't want to put her friend into danger. And the only way she is able to showcase her love is by protecting, is by being a hero. So she wants to protect Mashiro. But right now, Mashiro, or actually Prism, was the one who took the lead. Prism seems to be having a lot of fun into being Pure Prism, but not only that, she seems to be a good friend with Sora, and she wants to be with Sora. She wants to stay with her. And I absolutely loved the moment that each of them was standing on the roof of the buildings, just like that scene that they were standing on the edges, on the corners of the street. That was a big parallel, but they switched places because now Mashiro was leading the situation. And for Mashiro, it was important to tell Sora that everything would be fine, and to tell Sora that things would not go down if they fought together. And they also had Elle in the whole situation, in the scenario, that Elle needed to be protected. And look, that moment of Mashiro using her powers, using her light beams to blind the monster was very nice. I think that we should have had more scenes like that in this episode, because the fighting scene was kind of long. We didn't see the Cures doing anything, you know? Like, we had that moment from Cure Prism, and I really loved it. So I wanted to see more of that. And when they were able to understand each other and when they were able to understand their true feelings towards each other, a new power was born from L, and we see a new attack, PreCure Updraft, shining. I reacted to the attack before watching the episode and recording this video, so I'm not going to talk much about the attack here. I think there are some beautiful shots, but overall, it's not my favorite attack in the world. There are some nice things here and there. And they were able to defeat the strong Lamborg. Thankfully, Kabaton was able to run away from that situation. Kabaton, I was so scared for you for a moment, baby. I thought we were going to lose you. I don't want to lose you. I really don't want to lose Kabaton. But then we get to that scene because they have to hold hands in the attack. And after they finished, Sora asked if she could hold Mashiro's hand for a little longer. Sky asked Prism, actually. But it doesn't matter. What matters was that Sora was finally, or Sky, was finally able to understand how powerful a friendship can be. And she didn't want to lose that feeling. So I love that scene. When that scene played out, I was like, I'm not ready for this anymore. Oh my god, that was so cute. And as I'm doing in my Hirogaru Sky PreCure videos, I'm always talking about my hero corner, which is my favorite part of the episode. And my hero corner for the 5th episode from Hirogaru Sky PreCure has to be Cure Sky asking to hold Cure Prism's hand a little longer. That was super, super adorable. And then we end the episode with a banger. Sky, or Sora, writing in her notebook, and she actually drew herself together with Prism, and she wrote, Futari wa PreCure. Futari wa PreCure means both of us are PreCure. But it's also the name of the first PreCure season. And it also means that Sora understood that she doesn't have to carry that burden all by herself. She accepted Prism as an equal to her. I have nothing else to say. I don't even know if I'm able to translate what I felt watching that scene into words. I think I can't. Wow, what an episode 5 was. Incredible. Did you enjoy it? I loved it. And to finish it all, we end with Cure Summer. I love Cure Summer. I am crazy about Cure Summer. And I was so happy to see her again. And that probably means we're going backwards. And next week we're probably going to see Cure Grace. So, I don't know. This is what I'm wondering right now. I think that's going to be the case. We're going to see the leaders of every season backwards. Next week, Cure Grace maybe. I wonder. Anyways, babies, this is it. Oh my god, what an episode this was. Please share in the comments your hero corner of this episode, what moment was your hero corner? Please share it in the comment. Let's keep talking about it. Anyways, babies, I want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, thank you very much for your support. And if you've watched up the channel, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.